just to break out from previous.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, God.
I know that it's really.
I forgot about that.
I'm not.
I haven't. Just to
The
reassure
child
you
killing.
all.
I had.
Thomas has been thinking about this for the past month and a half.
I have thoughts.
God, it's been a while. Yeah.
It has been 51
Where's my
days.
notes?
51
Yes, we
51
may
days.
need
I
a
like
little
that
recap.
Doug knows the days.
I keep my notes
Yep.
underneath.
Oh yeah, the paper notes.
Yep.
So let us just remind ourselves what it said on our sesh planning thing.
Terrible thing.
Bleak prospects. Return to the hard scrabble world of bleak prospects and face the evil made manifest in the world by the Leviathan Society. Bring justice for the weak and the young and pay the price of your own actions. Douglas.
He was going to die.
Sure.
I put
you
him
made
out
a
of his
choice.
misery. I mean, euthanasia.
Euthanasia being the key.
Elderly
Symbol.
assisted death, I think it's called.
Oh my God.
All
Assisted
right.
by the elderly. Yeah.
Before Doug digs a hole so deep that no one can see the top of it. When last we saw Intrepid Heroes, you had discovered that someone had possessed an entire house, and they were awful. And it was sticky, and it had a tongue, and it wanted to lick you, which was deeply uncomfortable. Some of you decided to leave the building via the front door. Some of
Because
you
we were
decided
frightened.
All of me.
because you
We
were
were
frightened, and you did run away. And some of you decided to stick it out and rescue the children from the basement, which you did, except
Well,
only one of them, because one of them didn't make it out of the basement. One of them isn't going to be joining their family back home. They're in a pool of blood in the basement caused by someone in the group who smashed their way out through the back window, where you have discovered a warehouse, a shed, large shed, and there is a generator operating on the shed, and there is a sense of something odd going on there.
Gasoline.
Yes,
And there is also
much fuel.
diesel.
And
Or-
also,
or
there's
gas.
weird stuff in the grass.
Yes.
Oh.
don't
Yes,
forget.
sluggy things.
Sluggy things
Yes,
in the
because
glass.
Paul and I
grass.
made our way round to the back of the house ourselves, hadn't we? But avoiding
Correct.
slimy, icky stuff,
Sluggy
I seem to
things.
remember. Yeah.
Correct.
How is go ahead, Paul. How is your health, Douglas? Your character health?
Yeah, Douglas,
I'm almost
how's your
afraid
health?
to answer that question.
Oh,
I
that's good.
am battered and exhausted. I'm also very angry and very frightened, and I feel kind of hopeless.
Okay,
Oh, dear.
I was about to punch you because what they did to the child, but I will refrain for it.
You had all gathered together at the back of the house. You had actually managed to get back together because some of you had skated
That's what I
around
was
the
about to
outside
ask.
edge and zip across the backyard, as it were, as we would say in this far distant colony.
So, do we know what happened in the basement? Have we had that recap? No.
No,
Okay.
no. I think we've only
just
just
checking.
touched base with
Do
each
I
other.
know anything? Because I wasn't here last session, so I don't know what you did with the doctor.
Terrible things. The doctor was obviously hanging around outside the building, saw some people run out with a girl. Yeah. She was rescued. There was one rescued person, and I think that was Muhammad's character who carried her out, if I remember correctly. So he's the only person who knows there should be two children, other than the person who knows there should be two children.
Do we know?
Billy
You do know there were children
and
missing.
Esther. Was it Billy and Esther?
Billy and Esther are indeed missing.
So
Esther
Billy,
has been found. Billy didn't make it out of the building.
for some reason.
So
Now, there's this lovely... So you're all gathered at the back of the place. There's a large shed, which kind of looks like a classic shed. It's got a double wooden door in front of it. It's not big enough for a car or a cart. It's just a big shed. There are two smaller buildings attached to it. You can hear them. They're both obviously running diesel generators. You can hear the rat of the diesel generators. You can see large cabling running from those buildings into the shed-like structure. There is an eerie green light. It's late afternoon/evening by this point. I think that sounds right. Anyway, it's late afternoon. Let's go with that. Time travels differently inside the building. And there's an eerie green pulsating light coming from the shed through the sort of, frosted windows, which are not really frosted, mostly just yucky and dirty. And the people who fled out the back were, I think, Muhammad's character and Doug's character, who smashed their way through the glass to get out of the building before the building ate them. And the people who ran out the front were obviously Matt and Paul's character, and Frank. You will be assumed to be part of team. We ran out the front door and got away. In answer to your question, Frank, as the very quickest of recaps, you went to the building to find out whether the Leviathan Society was still operating out of the building, because you'd worked out they were kidnapping people, and this is probably where they were taking them. You discovered that the building itself was possessed and was undergoing a shift to being a biological entity. Mm-hmm. So there was saliva on the floors. There was a tongue in the master bedroom that talked to you. There was a general sense of and when you ran out of the building tried to eat you. It definitively tried to eat you. There's not really much debate. There was a conversation with the building that was like, maybe we could all be friends. And the building was like, sure.
He promised not to eat us, actually. He definitely promised not to eat us.
Well, he promised not to eat you if you promised to leave the children so he could eat them.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a quid pro quo kind of arrangement proposed. You guys clearly didn't intend to keep your side of the bargain.
But
you did get out. Yeah, there was a lot of fleeing. Now,
is there some immediate danger that this house is going to run after us?
Not that you can see. The house seems reasonably stable, but shaking and angry. But this shed doesn't seem to be part of the building. It's not attached to the building, at least not directly. And yeah, so that's where you are.
It doesn't seem to be possessed.
No,
but it is powering a thing, and we haven't worked out what thing.
Correct, and you have not opened the doors yet.
So in the shed is a generator, yeah?
I think the generator is outside the shed.
Outside.
Two generators in two small little buildings next to the shed. Mm-hmm. Cables running from both generator buildings into shed.
And cans of gasoline.
And cans of gasoline, because fire made it better.
Yeah, it does.
It always does.
Mm.
And I seem to remember you saying that very specifically, the scenario said that if we wanted to use the fuel to burn the house down, that was an acceptable course of action. I'm just not wanting to react like a PC, but actually react like a PC who has been vindicated by the adventure writer.
There's literally box text in the module that says, many Call of Cthulhu investigators see fire as the solution for all of life's problems.
And I recall
the investigators desire to make use of the diesel in the sheds to burn down Prospect. There are a few things to bear in mind.
Right.
Yeah, diesel is very flammable.
So that being one of them.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to do my doctor thing and just look around whether anybody is obviously injured and needing some immediate medical
Douglas
attention.
might be.
Yeah,
probably. I am physically exhausted and battered.
Now, I notice I did have some
shattered
conditions, but my sheet looks clean at the moment.
Oh.
Has that been reset in some way, or did I manage to recover my conditions in some?
You might have managed to recover your conditions in some fashion, because looking at Doug's character, their sheet definitively has all their conditions on it.
Oh yeah. I think you went out. I think when you all
we
outside,
escaped.
when you went through the front door, you actually spent some time healing up.
Right. What about you? How are you, Paul? I mean,
Father Daniel.
Father Daniel.
I'm a little concerned. We've got to do something about this house.
A little concerned isn't one of the mental conditions on this list.
I'm frightened.
He's
All
frightened.
right. Okay.
All right. So
Yeah, you see me. You see John. Sorry, I forgot your character name, Douglas.
Samuel.
Samuel. Yeah, you see John just running at Samuel and pushing him. And probably he's loading a fist, but
John,
he refrained.
John, look, he had the things all inside of him. They were moving under his skin. I didn't want to do it. But
you don't know. Maybe you'll find a cure for him.
No, there was no cure. You saw what happened to the other guy with the doctor. He turned to dust. He turned to ash. There was no way I was going to let this child bring these slugs into the town. I know how. Look, I am going to live with this for the rest of my life. I can't. At the moment, I'm having a hard time just thinking. I'm sorry, but he was going to infect everybody.
What happened?
We found Billy downstairs. I found Billy downstairs. I went downstairs to save him both.
Where is he then? Why isn't he with you?
Billy
didn't make it.
Billy didn't make it.
Why didn't he make it? If you found him downstairs, the other child made it, and she's free.
I had him turned around and I shot him in the back of the head. He was loaded with these things. He was suffering, and there was no way that any of us or anybody in this world.
You murdered an innocent.
I didn't murder an innocent.
You murdered an innocent.
I euthanized an innocent.
You murdered an innocent. There is no two ways about this.
I get down on my knees and I start to cry, and I put my hands together and I say, Father, forgive me, for I have sinned. And then I start confessing.
It is not.
We haven't got time to do this. We've got to burn the house down. Everybody remember the house?
The house is important, yes.
We must get out of
I
here.
believe the three of you can deal with that.
Please forgive me, Father.
Right, John. Let's see what we can do with the diesel.
All right. Is anyone opening the doors to the shed?
Okay. Since we're over there now looking at the diesel, let's see if there's some more in the shed, shall we?
I thought this was a morality play.
I was settling down for that as well. From a medical perspective, from what he's describing, he was beyond rescue. We've seen how this goes.
That's right. All right. So,
yeah, I'm checking.
Samuel is making a play for forgiveness, which I'm just going to point out. I don't know if I feel the actual sense of contrition that goes with that. Like, I'm just calling it out as I see it. Seems like a pretty bald sort of, give me the sympathy vote. Yes, I know I killed a small child, but look, give me a sympathy vote. Play,
I'm appealing to Judge Judy. So
yeah, I'm getting it. Yeah.
Well, Daniel can roll manipulation like anybody else.
So can I.
No, you are Daniel. Oh, sorry, no, hold on.
No,
yeah, wrong.
He's Samuel.
No.
Father Daniel.
Not Father Daniel. What I meant was Samuel can roll manipulation to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, he's that kind of guy. And he got no successes with his one dice. Because those conditions are really hurting right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the others of you who are not engaged in this morality play that is playing out in the corner are going to the generators to steal fuel.
Yeah. But we're also, while we're there, got to check inside the shed.
Yeah, probably John will move away from from
the door?
From Samuel, because he was about to murder an old man. So yeah, he's moving away with Atlanta to check the shed and leave the doctor and the father talking to Samuel.
Okay, so you open the doors to the shed. Inside the shed, there are all these cables and weird machines. Most obviously built around a large metal ring that's actually implanted in the ground. So it's mounted, but it's mounted flat. You can see a weird greenish light coming from this giant ring. Now that you're standing in the space, you can see that greenish light is sort of drifting out of, I guess drifting is probably the right language. It doesn't feel like a, fast moving stream, but that light is kind of feeding into the house. And you can hear, once you're in the shed, you can hear squeals and screeches and other things coming from the circle itself, like coming through the circle.
Now, I'm remembering what the house said to me weeks ago, minutes ago.
It all feels the same, like the trauma.
Yeah, I'm remembering all of that, but not very well. But the house was possessed by somebody who had traveled into another realm using a device, and this is the device, isn't it?
Correct.
What we're seeing, is it portal sized or is it smaller than that?
No, it's big. Yeah. You could walk right through that baby. Yep.
Yeah, you could. But if you were an
maybe
idiot,
you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't.
maybe
Is that where you go?
I guess there is only one solution, Atlanta, to finish this.
Yeah, and is this green light that we see kind of connecting to the house now? So if we destroy this portal, does it stop the chance of, well, who can tell, John? Who can tell? However, fire makes things good.
Yeah, fire brightening up the place.
Right, so there are 2 generators here, right? And they're outside, but there are cables going to a couple of great big crocodile clips, I imagine, in this.
Correct.
In this thing?
Big plugs,
But are they unpluggable is what I'm hoping for.
Oh, I mean, yes, you can pull the plugs out and do things.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm whipping my coat off. I'm wrapping my coat around the thing because I don't know how electricity works. I'm a musician, for fuck's sake.
Come on, man. Come on, man. We used to be electricians. Don't.
No, we were fake electricians, John. We were fake electricians. I'm pulling the cable out. We are still dressed as electricians. I want to point out.
Yeah.
It will give us a bonus.
Yeah.
I feel
the
like
company that doesn't employ us.
It's a learning role. I feel it's a learning role. If you just want to pull plugs out randomly, that's not a learning role. That's just to pull plugs out randomly.
That's what I was doing, to be honest.
Okay. So you're just going to start pulling plugs out from the.
Tell you what, I'm going to make a learning role with no hope of success because I'm shit at this.
Sure.
Shall I
playing my horn, I'm very good at.
Shall I make as well?
Sure.
I could give you a point. You give me a point for learning. Shall I take an extra one off him? Extra dice, Thomas, or do you want
he's made his roll.
Rolls?
He's got a success, buddy. He's rolled it in.
Hey,
we look at this together and say, what if we pull these 2 main power cables, but power in
and ground? So you think. So you look around it, and turns out, that time you spent in that recording studio when things were finally moving to electricity for recording purposes, have paid off, and you can see that you'll be able to overload the circuits quite easily. And maybe
would that be causing some sort of explosion?
It might. And not only that, you could pour the problem with diesel is you need a constant sort of source of charge or heat to ignite it, because it just takes a while to ignite.
Yeah,
but
you can't just put a match to it.
You got a shit ton of electricity pouring in here, and if you could get some resistance going, then that would generate heat, and heat would be the problem. So you could indeed do much damage to the shed.
But that's the shed, not the house.
Correct. So you would need to start the fire, or you'd need to run the gasoline between the shed and the house to give, to ignite it. But once it combusts, it'll combust, and once it's burning, it'll burn. It's a question of heat.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, right. Okay. Just help me here. Have we actually pulled the things out of the machine?
You can have if that is your desire.
I think. Okay. So we've got this, but we've still got electricity because the generators are still going. So we're holding two cables that we need to put through an iron bar when we've got the gasoline, but we can stop the machine now, then go and get the gasoline and pour it over the building. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Running electricity into the wires, right? Like, I mean, they're not part of the machine. They're sitting out there.
No, they're not part of the machine. Yeah.
Yep. So you can use.
We're electricians, John. We're electricians.
We're professionals.
Right. Okay. So first of all, stop the machine. Pull the cables out of the machine.
Okay. There's the green. I assume, by the way, from the way you're acting, you didn't spend any time looking through the ring.
No. Well, I may have glanced at it, but I wasn't doing that shit.
What about you, Mr. Arnsworth? Did you spend any quality time gazing into the ring?
Probably, I will say, for the sake of the story, let's say yes.
Wow,
well
really?
Done, John.
I thought you were super experienced at this.
Was that a box text that showed up in front of you?
You didn't have to. It was actually a genuine question.
No, that's cool.
Okay, so when you look through the ring, what you're looking at is just basically grey mist moving, first of all, and then you start to see shapes moving through the grey mist. There are all these worm-like figures sort of shifting and moving through the mist. That's mostly what you see. Every now and then you see them sort of surface almost, not actually come out of the ring, but sort of surface across it. And yeah, they look like, in effect, much bigger versions of the slugs that you've seen so far inside people, or just outside them. It is indeed a wormhole. Thank you for that. Very appreciative.
I noticed John's kind of staring into it, and I whack him on the shoulder and say, "John, we've got a job to do, and that's burn this to the ground."
Once you unplug it, oh, sorry, go.
No, I'm saying these things come from there. We should stop it as soon as possible.
Well, they sure as hell don't come from Missouri.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of things strange things in Missouri.
All right, so you unplug the ring. The green light ceases, not immediately, like the ring carries a charge for a short period of time and then fades. As it fades, you see that green mist sort of, it's not shrinking, because what's actually happening is it stopped generating it. So there's not a constant stream. So the green light sort of is pushing further and further out, in a sense, as the
dissipating more than
shrinking. Exactly, and dissipating outward from the ring. So it looks like the green light is disappearing outward, as it were, or moving outward. when the green light, now what we haven't talked about is Esther, who I'm assuming is currently with the doctor
with
and
the doctor.
priest and the other person. So when that sort of wave, if you will, of not green, for want of better language, hits her, she starts to cough and hack and throw up, and you see her coughing up all of these worm-like things that she also had inside her. That's right, Samuel. It wasn't just Billy.
But they're coming out.
But they're coming out, and as they come out, they fall to the ground and start to disintegrate.
So I'll try to help her cough them up.
So, Samuel, I want a 3-point fear check from you, please, because you have just realized that Billy was absolutely savable. If you had destroyed the machine, he would have
So
lived.
did I.
Spoiler
You weren't
alert.
even there. You ran out of the friggin' room, scared.
Yeah, but you were still savable.
I have to do a fear check. All right.
You do.
Spoiler alert! If anybody saw the movie The Mist, the ending.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm at -3, so I only have two dice. So
no one said it was going to be easy.
So
no, I'm pretty peed off.
Nah.
That's a fail. That's 3 conditions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm broken. So I'm mentally broken. So I'm. Did you roll?
I did.
I think that sounds fair, doesn't it?
Oh, it does sound. It sounds very fair.
Completely reasonably, you are overwhelmed.
I have no reason why. How appropriate.
What does it look like?
It is completely appropriate. Okay, so you are and I think I think this one as well. Yeah. How do I get that one? Oh, it's an item. Okay. Core game, it'll be mental crit injuries, and it is called Horrifying Realization. That sounds like the right one for me. Yeah, I reckon that one, actually. Let's just give you that one. That one sounds right. Horrifying Realization and Overwhelmed. So you're faced with the reality that you've killed this person. Esther. Yeah, just child. Esther actually was just as infected as him. It was just less obvious. And B, that the ring was actually the cure, turning off the ring. So I'll let you handle that problem. And
so what is it? It's the paranoid I'm paranoid and overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that'll do it.
That'll do. All right.
That sounds fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
All right, and the house it shudders when the green light stops hitting it, but I assume you don't go back into the house and you run the gasoline around it and burn it to the ground, irrespective.
Yes.
Just on the basis of first principles.
That house is an abomination. I've got no idea that it's not, for all I know, yes, you're right. Having turned the machine off, it may turn back to normal, but it's got to go. It's just got to be a fire pit. I'm a professional electrician, stroke horn player.
If it reassures you, the house is still somewhat possessed. So,
right. Okay. So we're doing that. See, Douglas, we make sure that they're still possessed before we kill them.
Samuel.
Oh God, Samuel.
You realize what you have done.
2 different people.
I'm guessing Samuel is basically looking fairly catatonic.
I'm like I look over at the girl and I see her healing, and I look at the doctor who had said, "Oh, it's incurable," and all of a sudden my eyes go wild and I come to the realization, I'm like, no, and I start shaking my head back and forth, and I start saying, no, this can't be. I did the right thing. I didn't want the child to suffer.
Killing
I
an
can't.
innocent is never the right thing.
No, you're the mask. You're the mask person. You're the person who brought. You bring all this stuff around. You're not a real priest. I don't know what the hell to do. I am a real
priest. I've never hurt anything.
And so I just go into kind of not a catatonic, but I'm kind of like, I'm just shaking back and forth.
I look after the girl if I can.
Yep. I will go and assist to make sure the girl's okay as well.
Atlanta, let's burn this abomination.
All right. Well, you guys burn it. That's just done. The house can't do anything to really resist you. You're outside the house. You pour gasoline around the outside.
I think we need to go as well.
Yeah. And I will say to him, "Oh, that's for a god," and I burn him.
Nice. That's right. You're not really a god, are you? No, I didn't think so. So the house burns. It screams while it burns, by the way, just to make you feel better about burning.
I'm sure it does too. We'll have to take a fear check.
No.
Or a righteousness check.
I think you're all pretty satisfied with the fact that the house screams. I don't think that causes any of you any great sense of
I'm not 100% happy with the fact that the house is screaming, to be honest.
Yeah. Would you prefer it goes quietly into the night?
No, it means that something is getting hurt in there, which I'm not 100% happy with. But
probably the old word, just letting off gassing. It doesn't sound like a human scream, does it? It doesn't sound. I mean, John, it doesn't sound like a human scream, does it? It doesn't. It's just a wood.
It's the wood creaking. Yeah.
The
stories we tell ourselves.
I think we need to move away.
Yeah.
But before we do, can anybody remember? I half remember the house telling us that the Leviathan Society had gone somewhere.
Correct. They'd run away.
Just run away from here, or had they gone into the portal world?
No. They had not gone into the portal world. They had been driven out of the house by the house, who had decided to have strong words with them.
Before we leave this the house, I want to destroy this completely destroying this machine, because
the machine is going to burn as well. Now that we've I think that was what I was imagining. It was kind of I thought my impression we'd laid diesel between the shed and then we caused a fire in the shed and that was how we set fire to the house.
Let's get out of this place.
Yeah.
So
now,
but the real culprits here, Father,
the
real culprits are the ones who did the cruelty to these children in the first place.
Yeah.
If they're on the run, is there anything we can do? I mean,
no, unfortunately they're white. They're powerful powerful rich people. We can just hope that, well, I'm not sure what we can realistically do against them.
Well, you do know the name of the leaders of the Leviathan Society in town. What was his name? Sedgwick, wasn't it? Yes, Theodore Sedgwick. And you also know that he wasn't completely human, because you did actually have an encounter with him that gave you very strong, not completely human vibes. I think you shot him with a shotgun and he kept on going.
Yeah.
He was the bloated guy, wasn't he?
He was the bloated guy, not the thin guy.
Yeah, the very tall, very bloated guy.
Is he bloated with worm things from the portal?
Could be.
It's quite likely.
He would be spitting them out
possibly
now, right?
If he's going to be throwing them all up and be depowered, possibly.
And you do know where he lives.
We could go around and
We
have
could
a
go. The
chat
doctor's.
to him.
You bought your car. Obviously, that was what you were doing in the last session, wasn't it? Fetching your car and bringing it to the house.
No, he came with it. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm just suggesting we might have a car here that he can drive into
As
town.
it so happens, conveniently arrives.
Okay.
There you go.
So
he lives in an apartment on Chamberlain Boulevard. He owns an entire apartment block on Chamberlain Boulevard that he does not share with anyone.
Okay.
Now, is anyone doing anything to help Doug recover from his mental break?
I am literally on the ground in the same position, just rocking back and forth and just and muttering to myself things against the priest, that he was wrong, that I was wrong, that everybody's wrong. We've all sinned, and I'm talking about how my mother will never see me because I will be in hell, and I'm not getting up. I'm not able to get up. I'm just rocking on the ground on my knees.
Once the girl is more or less sorted, I would go across to him and say, "You weren't to know. Pick yourself up. We need to go."
Doctor can't.
There's a bit of bedside manner for you.
Doctor can't.
I don't have time for anything else.
I can't.
You can. You must.
I'll John, come on. Let's carry him to the car.
Okay.
Do you want to make an inspiration roll there, old Doc, to see if you can help recover some mental conditions?
I'm not playing my bloody horn in this back garden in this
hellscape.
Hellscape.
I think it's the word you're looking for. Hellscape. Turns out
I pushed it.
Thank you.
Oh, you pushed it. Nice. Okay, there you go. You get one.
I'm getting angry with him.
Which is 2 conditions, I think.
Yeah. So physically, I'm okay. Mentally, I'm just a mess. So
No. That's mental. That's mental.
Oh, that's mental.
Yeah. That's not physical. That's mental.
So it's an inspiration, so it's mental.
Okay, so I take off broken, and I take off angry.
Up to you.
But it's broken is counted as one of those that I take off.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still frightened and hopeless.
Okay, awesome.
Basically, I'm shouting at you.
But a little bit more functional.
But a little bit more functional.
And yes, the doctor, do you want to roll? My God, man, you're carrying so many injuries. I should help you with that roll.
Yeah, well, I'm ranting at him angrily.
Yeah. While you're bandaging him, you're giving him your best bedside manner. Suck it up, sunshine. We've all got problems.
I've got my medical equipment. Can I use that?
You can. I think there are 1 or 2 other people who are still injured as well. Wow, yeah, you're all over that shit.
I don't need a hospital.
I am arrested.
Anyone who's got a physical condition, take it away.
Thank you.
Because that's what 9 or 6 successes. Anyway, it's enough.
Yeah,
3
it's
successes.
a lot. Yeah.
So I'm basically trying to patch everybody up.
9.
Yeah.
And then we said, "Come on, we must hurry now."
Okay.
All right. So you bundle into Frank's car and you tear off with the burning building behind you.
Dramatically, pretty good scene.
Absolutely. And you found lots of little rotting slugs as you made your way back through the garden to the car, all turning into sort of ashy dust over time. You jump in the vehicle. What do you do with Esther? Are you going to go past the...
We'll go past the camp.
Past the camp, drop Esther off. Okay. That's a bit awkward because obviously someone's going to ask, where's Billy? But he didn't make it. He didn't make it. Wow, just straight up, he just didn't make it.
I will basically say, unfortunately, Billy, the men killed Billy.
Wow, the priest lies. Jeez.
That he said the men.
Yep, I said the men. I didn't say which men. So I lied.
just
I
makes me
lied
feel
in
so much-
sort of. It didn't lie.
It was a white
but I misled. I think the word is.
Yeah.
A lack of specificity, perhaps, in your communication, provided just enough ambiguity to, cover all sins.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm still going to basically be talking to my father about that, because that was a lie as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lie. All right, so you then drive on to, to Chamberlain Boulevard, which is a small 2-story, sort of four apartments. So 2 apartments on the bottom, 2 apartments on the top. Thing. It's quiet. And yeah, there's lights on in. You pull up out the front. What do you want to do? This is vengeance, guys. Remember, these are the people that killed your friends all those years ago as well. These aren't just, recent killers of friends. These are people who killed friends of yours from almost a decade ago now.
Yeah. Can I check if there is any people guarding the building or carrying weapons, or just?
You can't see anyone outside the building, no.
So we're opening the boot of my car.
Now, when you say there were lights on, he'd got the whole building, but it's an apartment building, and he was living in an apartment. So are there only lights on in one apartment, or are there other floors with lights on that aren't stairwell?
The 2 top-story apartments are both lit.
Upper duplex.
I would ask you gentlemen not to go down the ways of violence.
Violence is the only answer for them, Father.
What way would you go?
Violence is never the answer.
Yeah. It's not the answer. It's a kind of solution.
If you are going to do this, I cannot be involved.
What way would you go?
Do you want them to call the police, Father?
Well, yeah, police.
I'm not going to call the police on you. No.
Let's go in and find out what's going on. It's my theory that if the little girl is affected by us shutting the machine down in the same way that the old white guy is, then he's in no state to do violence. But if violence is done unto us, we will defend ourselves, Father. You slept through the last time, but they hurt us last time.
They killed one of us.
Yes. Let's see if we can talk to them.
Yeah. Let's go upstairs.
All right. So, who's got the shotgun?
Okay.
Oh God! Oh God! What have you done with his shotgun?
And I have my shotgun. It's in my pant leg, like it normally is. And I feel completely and totally frightened about the situation. I'm frightened about myself. I'm paranoid about you, whether or not I can trust you all, especially the priest. I feel hopeless that I'm useless and that I have determined myself to go to hell. So I am just spewing out all of these things, and I'm in disbelief. I'll go with you, but I'm in disbelief about how we can even help this situation.
Samuel, I'm not sure that we can, but I tell you what won't help. Your shotgun.
Give it to somebody else.
Give it to me. You know I've eschewed guns.
You'll shoot me. You're going to shoot me. You're going to shoot me.
I'm not going to shoot you. I'm going to take the cartridges out of it. The worst I'm going to do with it is use it as an improvised club.
Nobody
guns don't solve anything. I shot myself in the foot literally too often.
Believe me, shooting you will putting you to rest.
I feel we're all going to die.
Dying.
We're all going to die. The question is when.
Now.
And what I don't
I feel
think
we're going to die now.
Yeah, that's why I don't want you to be carrying a loaded shotgun.
It's not a good frame of mind to be in.
No, you've already murdered one child.
So I feel I need to roll to see whether or not, or somebody needs to roll whether or not they've convinced me. But at the moment, I'm completely uninspired.
You murdered a child with that shotgun. Give it up.
I am going to shut up, Father. It's not what he needs to hear now. I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder.
Before he hands it
contributing
over.
to a relationship of trust. Is that what you're saying? That's not contributing to a relationship.
I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder. I'm going to look him in the eye, and I said, Samuel, you know me. You know I speak the truth about what I see. We really don't need that gun down your pants leg. Take it out, unload it, and give it to me.
All right,
and I'm going to roll some bloody dice.
Can I request an inspiration?
You're not getting an inspiration. You're getting a manipulation.
Oh,
mate.
fuck. Oh, sorry. sorry, certain monetized people.
No, don't worry about it.
So I manipulated with 7 bloody dice, and I got 1 success. Do you want to fight that?
What's the contested roll again?
I think in this game, it's manipulation.
I believe that it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I was going to support you, as I said.
You have no success.
I'm going to give him the gun, and I'm going to say, I trust you. And I give him the gun, and I give him all of my cartridges.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. I'll put the cartridges in my pocket. I'm really not comfortable with carrying this around. I'm taking the cartridges out of the... Is it a breech loader or?
Yeah, they're both in there. It's completely reloaded.
I'm emptying those out, and I'm carrying it like a club, casually.
Yep. You get. By the way, you get a damage 1 for that. For that.
Cool.
Yeah. Can I put the shotgun? I'll put the shotgun on your sheet there.
No, safety on. Safety on.
You can take it off of mine too.
Oh, I must have written it up separately. Damn it.
Well, I've got the stats here, so
yeah.
Or you could pull it down from the items.
Thomas, on the way over, I'd have been playing with the rosary given by my father's priest. I want to claim her frightened.
Okay, go.
And as he's doing the rosary, I'm looking at him doing it, and I keep on repeating, "He's not forgiving me. He's not forgiving me. A priest can't forgive me. A priest can't even forgive me. A priest can't even forgive me. A priest can't even forgive me."
Remember, he's not a real priest.
Let's
just say that to him.
Remember, he's not a real priest.
I'm not even forgiven by a fake priest. I'm not even forgiven by a fake priest. I'm not even
Not even a fake priest will.
Not even a fake priest will forgive you. That's a T-shirt there.
Hey, I'm not a priest. Rude.
Yeah, but we know you're not a fake priest. You're a priest twice over.
Turn to the mask. Okay, let's go.
All right, so I'm just going to give you a rifle for the sake of this conversation.
It's fine. I'm very reluctant to use it. So, although the fact that you're giving it to me means that there's probably a whole bunch of mafiosi with guns.
And you have the rifle butt as well, so you can club people with it.
Cool.
Okay, you have a gun. Samuel, I've provisioned you something in your ankle there. Just for you to hold on to and to love.
Have you?
I have. You're the sort of guy that would have something tied around his ankle. I can't believe that you
probably
wouldn't.
would. Yes.
Yeah. So you've given up the shotgun.
Have you given it to me?
I have. It's on your sheet and everything. It's in your combat.
Oh,
tab.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah,
I see that. Yep.
Yeah. You're the sort of guy that would do that.
Yeah.
All right. So you are equipped with that. You've taken the shotgun off the one person who knows how to use it, and you have just saying, and your strategy is take the shotgun off the person who can use it.
I was only worried about this when you started being really worried about giving me the stats for the bloody gun.
I don't know why. They're peace-loving people. I mean, everything
really
about the people you've met says
they're awesome. It's like going to Sesame Street.
Yeah. Or play school.
I'm going to give the gun to Father Daniel.
Priest with a shotgun. That's a cool movie.
Don't give him any shells though.
That really would never be used.
All right. There's basically it's an apartment. There's a single door entrance that you go up to. There's a corridor that second story sort of stairwell. Sorry. There are doors coming off it.
Okay, I'm not stupid. John, we're still in our electricity company overalls, aren't we?
Out of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Shall we go in first? And if anybody stops us, we can even probably make our excuses and leave.
It probably hasn't been washed for weeks. So yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure, but let's and it's kind of sooty now, and it smells quite a lot of diesel, but and flesh, obviously diesel and flesh, but and smoke.
All the goods, none of the bads.
But should we just go in first?
I think they're expecting us, and they saw us before, so I don't think this ruse will go.
Back in 1 second.
Yeah, I clubbed this person with my crowbar.
Yeah,
and
but
he saw me.
This is all good, but what I'm saying is, right now we're going in on the ground floor. There may be people who haven't seen us here who are keeping a guard out, and we've got to get past them before we get up to the top floor.
Whatever you say, Atlanta, you're the lucky one.
Oh yeah. Okay, so just go in. As I head in through the front doors of the apartment building, I say, "So, John, this is number 1150 Main Street. We've got a fuse box, top floor. It says. Is there anybody around?
Not on the ground floor, no. And the door is not locked.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't expecting this ground floor door to be locked. It's communal after all. Okay, then. Call the others in. Head up the stairs.
All right. You get up the stairs. When you reach the top flight, you can see the doors to the two apartments open, and you can see a body lying outside of one of the two doors on the ground. They look withered and drained, somewhat similar to effects you have seen in previous times.
Hold on. Effects I've seen in previous times.
Yes.
All the way back.
Actually, no, you were assaulted by a withering spell when you were in the
campsite as well.
In the campsite as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I look meaningfully at John because we both know what this means.
I don't know. Let's move
now,
on.
Let's just whisper. Let's just pause and whisper to John. Now, I was taken out in that fight. Did anybody get any shots on these people?
Yes.
I'm not asking you. I'm just taking you.
Samuel tried to shoot the big fellow, but it went through him, but it didn't affect him as much. Yeah. I tried to hit him with my crowbar as well. I guess it didn't do anything as well. Maybe after we destroyed this machine. Give us
Okay.
restored to his former self. Let's see.
Can I then stealth up to the doorway quietly?
You can certainly make an attempt to do so. So please make a stealth roll. 0 successes. Would you like to push that?
Do you want to run stealth as well?
And I am feeling tired. And I will roll stealth.
Did you want me to explain something,
Oh,
Doug? By the way, I've just looked at the chat window and noticed that.
Yeah, I'm
clicked on
not
elements.
yet there yet because I'm not seeing anything yet.
Okay. Well, you are seeing the withered body on the ground.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for it.
Okay.
I'm waiting to play it. I'm waiting for it to play it.
Success. You sneak up to the door.
Right. Can I hear voices round in the apartment itself?
You can hear piteous weeping as someone begs for their life.
Right. Okay. Now we've got two apartment doors open and opposite each other. Which one is the piteous weeping coming from?
The one on the right-hand side.
Right. Okay. So that's the one I've got my back to the wall against that.
Yeah.
Do we recognize the voice?
No.
Okay.
I'm so nervous about turning the doorway. I call the others or didn't I signal to the others and tell them to come up to.
Yeah, we go toward the voice.
I got my cane ready.
I look at both of the. I hear the sound. I look at the bodies, and I'd like to use my talent elementary.
Okay. You have cut off the natural source of force, power, whatever, that was fueling the big guy. And you're looking at this body and you're thinking he might be a bit desperate to hang on to whatever it is that makes him him. Like he might be feeding on other people to try and hold on to what he is.
Okay, so I convey that to the rest of the group.
Do you have
So
any
that kills
to,
the piteous weeping as the person's going, please don't kill me. I've served you so faithfully. For so long.
Do all of us hear that? It was only
No, you can all hear it. He called you up. He called you up.
As soon as I hear the piteously weeping, I am running into that room.
Oh, okay, great. Awesome. You run into the room. There's a couple of bodies on the ground. They look like rich people's clothing, but they're withered bodies inside, so who can tell? In various states of disarray, as in they were trying to flee / begging for their lives / something else. Lying on his knees, directly in front of you as you sort of run around the corner, is the thin guy, the Italian mafioso guy that you'd run into, those of you who remember, in the camp. He is, hands clasped, begging for his life. Standing over him, almost, sort of 2 meters tall, is the leader, not Rossotti, what was his name again? Sedgwick. Sedgwick standing over the top of him. And you can see that Sedgwick's, sort of coughing and spluttering, and these dying worm things are falling out of his body and out of his mouth. They're just coming out of his body. Like they're not even coming out of a mouth. They're just kind of sort of shifting out of his body and falling to the ground. It's really quite a horrific sight. We'll deal with that in a second. But he's like going, no, and your service has been faithful, and he's like reaching down to sort of grab the guy's face and obviously do something not particularly pleasant.
I'm immediately going to whip out my holy water and I'm going to basically start attempting to drive out the spirit.
Right. So you're
exercising him,
splashing him with holy water and praying.
Yep.
Okay. Do you actually have exorcism as a talent?
I've got holy water, which as a gear, which enables me to dry out spirits. I have medium 6th sense. No, I've got a blessing, but apart from that, I've got. I don't think is exorcism actually a bit of talent in.
I'm looking it up now.
I don't think it's a talent because I would have potentially taken it
Yeah.
But I don't think it exists in Vaesen.
I don't.
It's not in Mythic Britain or something, is it?
Oh,
Oh no, you're right. It's not. No,
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's all good.
because I've got all the medium and
There's absolution and confessor. He obviously didn't take confessor. I know that for a fact.
yeah, I've got blessing. I haven't got confessor.
Right,
and I haven't got absolution, but they didn't seem appropriate. Absolution, I think, it actually is going to be my next pick, but
all right. So you charge in, throwing holy water at him. Make an inspiration roll for me, please.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot I have a critical injury. Okay, cool.
Inspiration.
Yeah, that was from the withering attack from earlier.
Yeah, yeah. I have a weaving stroke.
Nice.
Success.
Nice.
Okay. You're able. It turns to face you. You had not exercised it, but it does turn to face you. Its attention now drawn to you. So congratulations. You
that was what I was attempting to do.
All right. So that is the priest's role and action. Next in line, let's go with you, Mr. Arnsworth. What do you want to do?
Yeah. I don't know if I got my gun or not. I will use my crowbar and launch at his.
You can have your gun if you want.
I
reckon if you had it in the back of Frank's car, you definitely would have put it in your pocket before you came up the stairs. I don't think there's any debate about
Let's try first a crowbar to the head.
Okay, so you just come ramming in and swing this crowbar directly at him. Make a attack roll, please, with your crowbar.
Yeah, okay. Scheiße. Okay, I will push that for sure.
Okay, it's a marginal hit.
Exhausted.
Oh, I needed to add that. Okay. Let me just put this in protection. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's not going to roll for me. No, it's not going to roll for me. Oh, there it is. Right. Okay. That work? No. Okay. Fine. See what I can. I've just realized that resetting everything means I don't even have my little dice pool thing. That's annoying.
Oh.
Can you just do it that way, can't I? Yeah, I can. It's not actually what I'm rolling, but it'll roll the right number of dice. Okay, yes, you hit him with the crowbar. It seems to shake him slightly. Maybe it's the holy water.
Of course.
Atlanta, what would you like to do?
Okay, can I make a medicine roll on myself is my first question.
Yep.
I need to pull myself together, first of all. So that is what I'm doing. I have a bonus for that. Medicine. And the bonus from the skill is +1, is it?
From the skill?
I've got a talent of battlefield experience or something. Field medicine.
Yep, go.
Is that +1?
I think it's +2 actually, but
+2. Okay, I'll take you 2. It doesn't actually say. Sod's sake.
But hold on, did you get healed when Frank did I rolled 3 successes and healed?
Yeah, this is my exhausted from the push I did sneaking to
just moments ago. Right. Yeah. Okay, ignore me. Yes, fair enough. All right, so you do medicine on yourself unsuccessfully. Tricky but necessary. Leaving us with the doctor and the private investigator. Doctor, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm actually keeping a very, very close eye on our PI.
Are you?
Yeah.
And trust
I
him.
want to see how he reacts to the situation and what he's up to.
Okay. In which case, Samuel.
Almost choked myself. All right. So
what you doing, Samuel?
I have quite an investigative mind, but it's broken. So I'm I'm split, which ties in with my critical injury, which is split consciousness. And so I have this insight into situations that come from the other world, but I also have the paranoia and the fear that has come from the recent events. And so I try really, really hard to look at the situation and assess in my learning what would be the best approach to deal with this situation. And so I give myself the 4 extra dice, and I rolled that.
And you get 1 success.
Okay.
Because it turns out you're not very good at learning. Okay. Good to know.
Well, I have 8 in it, but I have 2 conditions at the moment, so that's not bad.
It's not terrible.
No.
I'm not. Did you add the bonus?
I added the 4 dice. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Because so so -2.
Okay. So you. All right. So
I could push the roll.
No. It's no. Sorry, I'm just trying to think how I describe it. So this person, this thing, this Sedgwick, he's you know for a fact that he's just going to keep on trying to feed on people, like because it's the only way he can sustain his body now, right? Like he's lost. So either he goes back to being a normal person, which he clearly is not interested in being, or he's going to just exponentially, feed, because he's never going to be able to satisfy the hunger, right? Like, because he's no longer connected to the world that was supporting him. So he's basically a mad vampire for all intents and purposes. And in your mind, you got to put him down. It's actually the only answer. And you're pretty sure you can exhaust whatever defenses he has if you just keep on slamming him hard enough. But also fire.
So
there's strong evidence that fire will do the job.
Okay, so I've already used my turn by my thinking.
Yep, but that's your insight.
And so I have enough words to be able to say to Atlanta, he needs to burn. He will feed forever. He will never be satiated. And then I go back to my paranoid, but I speak in a very clear way. And then all of a sudden I'm kind of back to my hopeless kind of, but I'm very, very clear. This will never be satiated. He needs to burn. It needs to burn. I'm clearer. And I say it directly to the Horn Man.
What effect is the priest having?
Unfortunately, not a lot.
Putting the fire out with his holy water.
Yeah.
Going to be so much more difficult to burn now.
This holy water is flammable.
Unfortunately,
only when I'm near it. If I touch
not
it,
Russian
it might light up.
water.
If I touch it,
it's not vodka.
All right, so it's his go now, and he points at the priest.
Ooh.
And points his fist at you in the way that he's been doing a bit every now and then. Ooh. Oh, go away.
No.
Just give me 1 sec, guys.
Cat.
It's magic.
How
And then there's a
anticlimactic.
get eaten.
In the meantime, let me just do this again.
Sorry, just exiling the cat.
Yeah.
Oh, now that's just showing off. Just us. Yeah, that's a great game as well. Nice. All right, it's not show and tell, people. It's not show and tell.
Oh, okay, that's right. We were in a serious moment. Sorry.
We were. I had to deal with the cat getting into the office, but you know, once we
That's
got
fine.
out of the
I
way.
do that all the time.
Yeah.
But this
All
is
right.
an Australian cat.
Priest. I'll have you know, she is the finest of Sumerian goddesses, and she'll accept no other moniker.
Yeah.
You know, her name is Inanna, goddess of love and war.
Yeah.
So, you know, just have some respect there. She's no convict cat.
And since I'm on the topic, my dog is named Nyx, who is the Queen of Darkness.
Hold on, I thought this wasn't show and tell.
It wasn't.
That's
I
right.
drifted.
Yeah, we
I
got
drifted. I blame
This
me.
was-
I hold
This was
myself.
Thomas's
I hold
fault.
myself responsible
Yes.
for that moment.
Okay.
All right. So he slams his fist. It's nowhere near as powerful as it was previously. Can you make a force roll for me, please? Oh, priest to priest. Ha! You laugh in the face of evil magic, as it has no effect on you. Obviously, God is with you. That's all I'm going to say.
Obviously,
I'm done with
God and the gods, both.
And the gods, yep. All
I'm
of
an
the above.
equal opportunity
True
priest.
that. True that. Yep. So yeah, he tries to do stuff to you, and it fails to take hold. Magic.
Your evil magic has no hold on me. Give up your vile things and revoke what you have done here.
Never.
I've tried.
And
I'm
it
so
doesn't work.
sorry,
Okay.
Father. So sorry.
Okay, I think we're back to you, actually. Oh, priest of priests.
Well, I'm continuing doing what I was doing.
Right,
I
okay.
basically
You
stole
keep
him
on...
to basically revoke and renounce the evil that he is doing.
Okay. I think
Give
then
yourself up to God, God's judgment.
Then it's Atlanta's go. No, not Atlanta. John's go. John, crowbar boy.
I will try to use the crowbar and kneecap him.
Okay, just. By the way, the Italian guy is scrabbling out of the room.
Yeah,
just so
sure.
that's clear. He's taking the opportunity to make a bolt for it.
No, I'm happy with that. I've saved his life, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I will try once again. I have a penalty because I have a condition. Let's roll two
successes. Slams into him.
Both kneecaps.
At the same time.
All right, I'll just roll that empathy dice pool again as a proxy for armor. Oh, no, this time his armor goes, machine says no.
Okay, fair enough.
Because what's the damage of the crowbar? What's its base damage? Is it just one?
It's one. Yeah. It's one per success, isn't it? So
yeah. So yeah, he bounces it.
Sure.
All right. Then it is Atlanta's.
I'm going to grab the Italian as he crawls out of the room.
Can you make a vigilance roll for me, please? There, Doug.
Oh.
Samuel, can you make a vigilance roll for me, please?
I'm at -2, but I will try it. I'm gonna push it.
Yes, in answer to your question.
Thank you very much.
All right. Everyone else goes, hold on.
What?
Not John. Atlanta. I'll get it right eventually. Atlanta, what are you doing?
As this Italian is crawling out of the room on his hands and knees, can I grab him by the collar?
You can.
I'm going to say, we can't let this creature live. We've got to burn him. Where in this building is the gas or whatever to burn him with?
All right, so you're asking him that question. He's like, there's gas in the basement, man. But look, you need to do what you need to do. I'm getting the hell out of here. Like, he's not interested in fighting the monster. He just wants to get away.
God, if only I were John, I'd pick him up and throw him over the staircase.
Or the
But
banister. Yeah.
I'm not John. Shit.
He
Basement is
squealed
too
like a
far.
stuck Irish pig, man. Anyway, the Untouchables scene where he
Yeah.
runs the thin Italian guy off the fence, off the roof. Just saying. All right. Well, you've grabbed him. He's told you there's gas in the building, and that it's downstairs in the basement.
Also my car.
At that point, who's left? Oh, I believe our good friend, the doctor. What would you like to do, Doctor?
Yeah, if I overheard this conversation, I basically start hobbling down the stairs, probably to my car, because I know exactly where in my car the petrol can is.
Okay. Jerry can, yeah.
And try to get that. That will probably take me a while.
All right, you're doing that. And Samuel. What are you doing, Samuel?
So I'm going to try to move into the kitchen, and I'm going to draw a pistol from my ankle and back into the kitchen and turn around. What do you need me to roll?
If you're doing what I'm assuming you're doing, nothing, because you just are spinning dials.
Yep.
And
And I have my gun drawn.
All right, that's your action. You are spinning dials. Okay. I think that's everyone, in which case I get another go. He still hates the priest. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Force roll, please, priest, as he tries to draw more energy from you.
I push it.
I'm going to push that.
Ah,
And did it push?
No.
No, obviously no. I did not.
It did not succeed.
Nope.
Okay, you take a physical condition of your choice as it drains your life force. At that point, can everyone make who can see the priest, which is not everyone, actually.
no, I'm still hiding
on the stairs.
outside. Have you
I
noticed
think
my
it would
cowardice?
just be John
I am the only one.
and the
Fear test,
priest.
yeah?
Can both of you make fear checks for me, please? It's just fear 1. You've seen this effect a few times, so it's
Who and what? Me and
you and John are both suffering a fear 1 effect as you wither under his baleful magic.
Okay. I have a +1 because of my talent.
yeah, same mate.
Okay.
And you both laugh in the face of fear.
Mm.
So, at this point, what we have is the doctor hobbling down the stairs and out of the building to get petrol from the back of the vehicle. We have John Arnsworth slamming his crowbar into the back of the knees of this tall thing as it slams its hand into the priest and is clearly now feeding off the priest. The priest going, ah, underneath it, but, at the same time, still praying, still holding on to his faith at the same time. We have Samuel has moved past this scene, has stepped into what is basically, because it's not really like there's not a closed door or anything. So there's a archway sort of entrance, and is now in the kitchen and has now spun all the dials for the gas cooker to full on, but has not ignited the gas, one assumes, and just has gas pouring out of it. Am I right?
You are correct.
Okay, awesome.
And you got me.
Atlanta, the one bit I missed was, where are you at?
I'm still with my back to the wall by the door, not looking around. However, I think what I'm probably doing now is putting cartridges into the shotgun.
Okay.
And there is a gas leaking. Nice.
He doesn't know that.
He doesn't
Yeah.
know
that.
All right, new round. You're going to need at least another round, maybe even 2 of gas leakage to get enough gas to do anything useful with it. You can shoot him though, or are you holding on to the gun to?
I'm actually,
He's going to shoot himself with the gun.
There's got to be cans, right? There have to be cans around the kitchen.
Yeah.
Cans of beans, you mean?
Yeah, he's got a can of beans.
You can't eat those quick enough to add to the gas.
So I grabbed some beans, not mentioning any particular brand name of beans, and I throw these. I throw it at him to get Cedric's attention, and as I'm doing that, I tell John, "I will atone. Get everyone out."
Oh, okay.
I will atone. John, trust me. Get everyone out now.
Yeah.
Get the
Don't
priest
do
out.
something stupid. You can redeem yourself without doing something stupid.
I am unforgivable.
There is no everybody is forgiven.
The Father won't forgive me.
The pass will not be easy.
No.
Pull yourself.
Run,
The pass
John,
will not be
run.
easy.
Can of beans, bang.
All right.
I'm gonna shoot.
Roll
I'm gonna shoot the can of beans.
Roll
Range
a
combat.
I
Range
feel
combat.
range combat, sure.
There, I hit him in the head.
There you go.
There.
All right, bang. Can of beans hits him in the side of the head. I'm assuming you're not going for damage. You're going for a distraction.
Absolutely. As the gas is leaking out, not smelling like a thing.
Yep. Which it doesn't at this point because it's
doesn't.
pre-1937, 38, whenever it is that occurs.
That's right.
Oh, they
And only those who actually observed me know that I've turned the dials. So everybody else,
is nobody.
Which is no one. No one knows you've turned the dials.
So nobody really knows what's going on.
Yeah. But I assume what you've done is you've thrown the can and then you're shouting and waving.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
At
Yeah, I'm
Cedric
trying to get his attention so that he attacks me.
You know, hey, monster, over here. Okay, all right. Well, I'll give you that. So the can hits him in the side of the head. He turns from the priest and you start yelling insensitive comments about his parentage.
Essentially, yeah.
Well, he's a racist, so it's not hard to come up with things that will make him, come right at you.
Yeah.
All right, so that happens. So he turns and he drops the priest and starts lumbering towards Samuel. John, what are you doing?
Probably pull off the priest. He is going to do something stupid. You need to talk to him to get away from this suicide that he's going to do.
I'm looking quite like
Get out.
As I've been drained a little bit.
Get him
He
out.
has been drained a little bit.
Get him
All
out.
right, you've got a choice, John. You've got the priest in your hands. You're saying you've got to talk him down, but like to be clear, this isn't like a general chat with two people having a bit of a chat in the corner. There's a 8 foot tall human being charging towards Samuel, who's throwing this can of beans at him, and he's now got his pistol out, I'm assuming, and he's backing into the kitchen at the same time. You're standing outside of the kitchen holding the priest, going, "Priest, you've got to talk him down." Like, just to be clear, this isn't
I understand.
Let's have a general chat moment.
I sort of look at you baffled, not really understanding what's going on, still chanting. I'm still obviously focused on my exorcism, even though it's not working.
Even though it's not working.
Yeah, I know it's not working. I'm still focusing on it.
I look to Samuel. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. And I carry the priest and...
No.
Okay, you carry the priest out. Atlanta. John comes around the corner, dragging the priest with him.
I cover John's escape by standing in the doorway, carefully taking aim and shooting the hammer in the back with the shotgun.
Roll to hit.
Right. So, combat tab. I haven't got shotgun. I've got rifle, but never mind.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Do I get a bonus for aiming?
No.
No.
Nope.
Oh,
Don't need it.
did it there.
All right, you blam him in the back with the shotgun. He should roll his armor again. Oh, we'll roll his armor again. No successes this time. Right, he's thrown forward with the shotgun blast to the back into the kitchen. At that point, I'm going to hand over to you, Samuel. What happens, buddy?
After enough gas has leaked,
So he's grabbing you, obviously, and draining your life force while you're waiting for the gas to pool.
I click the button and shoot up underneath his head, like kind of pushing the button to the ignition of the stove,
the gas ring.
And at the same time shooting him so that just in case that doesn't click and ignite,
one spark or the other. Sure.
One spark or the other, exactly.
All right, so you click, blam with the pistol. By the way, I don't think there is a clicker to start the fire in the 20s. I'd be surprised.
No, probably not.
No, there's actually, it's probably one of those long matches.
Yeah, it would be a long match. Would be my expectation. Like one of those.
Well, I'll probably shoot first
because the clickers are electrical, aren't they? So
they are. Yes, they need a spark. So I'm going to assume you
source for it.
You ignite it with the pistol shot.
All right. So you want me to make a roll for that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
No. So there's a click, blam sound from the kitchen, and there's a woof noise from the upper story. At this point, Atlanta, you see the sort of, him sort of crouched down. You've shot it in the back, but it's now feeding on Samuel. Samuel looks at you, I assume, from around the side of the body, puts the pistol under its face, and then pulls the trigger. There's a moment of silence, and then fire just bursts out from that scene.
Well, that is a pretty impressive pistol.
It's almost like it
says the musician who didn't notice the gas.
Yeah, says the musician. What the fuck? There's a woof noise and, shattering glass flung out from the building. You're hurled backwards. Make an agility roll for me, please, actually.
I can do that.
All of us?
No, you're downstairs, aren't you?
Atlanta was literally standing in the doorway.
That's cool.
Sort of taking the full brunt of the blast.
Can I push that?
You may definitively push that.
It's not gonna.
You dive to the side. Let's see what happens.
Hey, there we go. You leap out of the way of the blast, just getting singed as you do so. And that apartment now bursts into flames, and there's fire everywhere. There's screaming coming from inside the kitchen. It could be Samuel's, it could be Sedgwick's, it could be both. Because dying by fire is no fun. And I assume at this point, better class of valor. Make a run for it. At this point,
I just want to point out we're three black people in a white-owned apartment building that's just caught fire. We've been here before.
And you've I was about to say, and you've literally been here before. So, you've got lessons learned. This is explicitly a place you've definitely been before. So you bundle in the car and drive off.
I leave the shotgun, by the way, at the top of those stairs. I'm not taking that with me.
Trusting fire to deal with any, prints or anything else that might have been left on it.
Yeah, I'm hoping the fire's going to deal with that. I don't think anybody's taken my prints. I think I'm okay. Not sure I've been arrested at any point.
Yeah, you have.
Have I?
Anyway.
Yes, you have.
Yes, you have.
First adventure.
First story. Yeah.
who were actually taken and held in cells.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
By the racists
When, to get us out.
of New York. And,
when a priest did the march.
Yeah, when the priest did the march to rescue you, which was, awesome. And that's it. That's it. You've defeated the cult of the Leviathan, or maybe it's mostly defeated itself. And yes, you managed to save Esther, but Esther, but not Billy. Very nice death, by the way, Doug. I think an appropriate death. It's a good scene. Thank you very much. For
It was
Yes,
not planned.
well done,
I
Doug.
just
I would
went
have
with the-
eventually forgiven you, but not at the heat of the moment.
Not at the heat of the moment. No, I was really glad because I thought that it was awesome that you didn't, because that was very much in character.
It was heat of the moment.
Yeah, and the
You know what I mean?
paranoia, and then I keep on calling him the Horn Man. Atlanta is, that kind of level of trust and that moment of clarity to pass it off. But I didn't have any idea of which direction I was going to go or what Thomas had in store. But I figured I might as well use the talent, and then that combined with the former kind of what was it? I got a condition of whatever it was, and so I thought I'd use that as well. So
no, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a perfect ending for your character.
Indeed,
split
indeed.
consciousness.
I just had this scene where I was just getting the petrol can out of the car, the jerry can. And then comes this big whoosh, and I just look around and put the petrol can back over the blanket.
Start the engine running, ready for when we get in and drive off.
I guess I'll be going then.
And I was also conscious of the time because I knew it was approaching the happy hour, as it were, and so I knew that there was a bit more of a rush, and so that's why I was texting Thomas saying, does the kitchen have a gas stove? And that's where he said yes.
Yeah,
and so that's
Yeah, but you importantly didn't say a gas stove with an electric ignition, did you?
No, I just
1962 they were invented.
Oh, awesome.
Piezolitis.
Centuries away. Centuries.
But because I had the pistol, I figured that there would be a spark, and that would if one or the other. So
look, you've got to have the heroic death.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was
awesome.
It was
got to get
lots
the
of
payoff.
Just
before I forget, experience points. Let us not forget experience points.
Oh, that means there might be
and I want to, if I can be healed from my critical condition at the end of the adventure.
Oh yes, we have to roll for that, don't we?
Yeah.
All right. So.
You got broken, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
I have a damage
level experience. I haven't done anything with it yet.
I think it's 5 XP, 6 XP, 6 XP.
6 XP.
Is that in advance then?
5 is
in
advance.
5 is in advance. So yep.
I have 3 advances.
So 6 XP and where's the headquarters ones? No, I think it might be in the campaign rules. Questions for development. 2, 3. Actually, 5 development points for the.
Cool. Yeah. Put them on the form.
Yeah. So that's 1 advance for the place as well, I think.
Can I get exorcism as a talent?
There's a talent which allows you to use holy items to cause damage to Vaesen in the general talents called holy item.
Oh, okay.
I actually created a kind of exorcism ability for the Japanese one that I wrote to allow you to do the chanting to drive spirits out kind of thing. But yeah, you have a religious item that allows you to use inspiration to attack Vaesen, causing 1 damage.
1 damage.
So I think that's the talent. So basically praying and then driving out spirits, or at least driving out Vaesen. So yeah, holy symbol.
Good stuff.
Awesome.
All right. It is unlikely I say, because I originally thought I wouldn't do this again, and then I did. So I say that. It is unlikely I will do this again anytime soon. One of the things I've realized is I have overloaded a few things and I need to cut back. So, but thank you, everyone.
No,
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thomas. It was
Great.
Thank
absolutely
you,
delightful. It was
Thomas.
wonderful.
This has been amazing. I've really enjoyed every event.
Yeah, so
Every
yeah.
event. It's been really, really good.
I love these characters. I love this
Top
world
draw.
we've created.
Yeah, I love the world. I love,
Herr Doctor, are you going to heal me or not?
No, not you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we've got to
Cool.
roll your. How does that
Course I
work
will.
again? We've got to roll your
last
critical.
thing.
Yeah.
I can
Got to roll your
medicine you.
critical.
Let's see
recovery.
if I be scarred for life.
Let's have a look. I've got one success.
That's all you need. If you just get one success, that means it turns into a boon,
Insight.
or it doesn't turn into a bane.
Yeah. So it's healed. Okay, cool.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it costs you one per to either heal or to gain. So if you'd rolled 2 successes, you could add your pie and your cake and eaten it, as it were. All right, cool. All right, well, folk, start of another busy day of reviewing features and functions for a large case management solution. So I'll go to that, and
I'm going
I'll
to
go
go
to
take
bed.
talk to you later.
Bye,
Right, bye,
everybody.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks everybody.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Okay, stream is off. Well, it was a pleasure playing with you guys. So have a good night.